नमस्कार दोस्तों, वेलकम टू लाइफ एक्सप्रेस वेयर देयर इज नो ड्रामा, नो फेक, ओनली फैक्ट्स टू कीप यू अवेक। जी हाँ, सही सुना आपने। लाइफ एक्सप्रेस एक ऐसी दुनिया है, एक ऐसा एकेडमिक प्लेटफॉर्म है जहाँ हम बेमतलब की बातें नहीं करते, क्योंकि यहाँ बातें होती है सिर्फ रियल लाइफ के, रियल लोगों के, रियल अचीवमेंट्स की, और बातें होती है रियल नॉलेज की अंडर भारतीय ज्ञान परंपरा, जिसकी बुनियाद वसुधैव कुटुंबकम पर आधारित है। वसुधैव कुटुंबकम यानी द होल वर्ल्ड इज आवर फैमिली। भले ही वसुधैव कुटुंबकम और अतिथि देवो भव का पालन करते करते हिंदुस्तान को भारी नुकसान उठाना पड़ा, लेकिन आज हर भारतीय को ये कहते हुए काफ़ी गर्व होता है कि भारत एक ऐसा देश है जिसने आज तक ना ही किसी पे आक्रमण किया और ना ही किसी पे राज किया। हाँ, हमने पूरी दुनिया पे राज किया, लेकिन उनके अधिकार, अस्तित्व एवं संस्कृति को छीन कर नहीं, बल्कि उनके दिलों पर राज किया, अपनी प्राचीन सभ्यता एवं संस्कृति और फिलॉसफी की खुशबू बिखेर कर। इसी भारतीय परंपरा को आगे बढ़ाते हुए लाइफ एक्सप्रेस अपने मिशन पे आप सभी के सहयोग से आगे बढ़ रही है, जिसमें मेरा यही प्रयास है कि भारतीय संस्कृति एवं ज्ञान प्रणाली का समुचित अध्ययन कर उसके भाव को, उसमें निहित संदेश को आपके सामने, वर्ल्ड सोसाइटी के सामने प्रस्तुत करूं, क्योंकि आज पूरी दुनिया में एक नहीं कई कारणों से अनेक प्रकार के संकट के बादल मंडरा रहे हैं। खूनी युद्ध चल रहे हैं परिवार में, समाज में, राष्ट्र में और पूरे विश्व में। पूरी दुनिया आज एक सोसाइटल मॉडल ऑफ लिविंग ढूंढ रही है, जिसे अपनाकर वो शांति और सौहार्द के साथ जी सके। लेकिन अफसोस, दुनिया के पास ऐसा कोई मॉडल नहीं है। लेकिन चिंता की कोई बात नहीं है, क्योंकि भारत के पास ऐसा सोसाइटल मॉडल ऑफ लिविंग है जिसे अपनाकर हम पूरे विश्व में शांति और उन्नति का मार्ग प्रशस्त कर सकते हैं। और उसी मॉडल को हम आज भारतीय ज्ञान परंपरा के रूप में देख रहे हैं। तो चलते हैं कार्यक्रम के अगले सेगमेंट हॉल ऑफ फेम की ओर, जहां हम मिलेंगे एक ऐसी शख्सियत से जो वाकई समाज के लिए एक रियल रोल मॉडल हैं, अपने उत्कृष्ट एवं सराहनीय कार्यों के चलते। लेकिन हम में से अधिकांश लोग उनकी उपलब्धि या अचीवमेंट से आज भी बेखबर हैं। नमस्कार दोस्तों, आज के हॉल ऑफ फेम में हमारे साथ एक बहुत ही खास मेहमान हैं, जिनके जीवन से जुड़े कई रोचक तथ्य हैं। इससे पहले कि हम उन रोचक तथ्यों को जाने उन्हीं की जुबानी, मैं चाहूंगा कि सबसे पहले मैं आपको अपने विशेष अतिथि का एक संक्षिप्त परिचय दे दूं। वैसे तो हमारे आज के विशेष अतिथि किसी परिचय या पहचान के मोहताज नहीं हैं, पर औपचारिकता का निर्वहन करते हुए मुझे ये बताते हुए अपार हर्ष की अनुभूति हो रही है कि लाइफ एक्सप्रेस के इस हफ्ते के हॉल ऑफ फेम में हमारे साथ जो विशेष अतिथि ऑनलाइन जुड़े हैं, वे हैं प्रोफेसर डॉक्टर इंदुशेखर ठाकुर, अ रिनाउंड एनवायरमेंटल साइंटिस्ट। डॉक्टर ठाकुर का जन्म 24 फरवरी 1956 को बिहार के मधुबनी डिस्ट्रिक्ट अंतर्गत झंझारपुर के कैथीनिया नामक एक गांव में एक सामान्य पर शिक्षित परिवार में हुआ था। बचपन से ही अपनी विलक्षण प्रतिभा एवं उत्कृष्ट कार्यों के बदौलत उन्होंने समाज में अपनी एक अलग पहचान बना ली थी। यदि हम उनके शैक्षणिक जीवन पर प्रकाश डालें तो हम पाते हैं कि उन्होंने अपनी प्रारंभिक, माध्यमिक तथा उच्च शिक्षा अव्वल दर्जे से सफलतापूर्वक पूरी की। यदि हम उनके एकेडमिक जर्नी पर प्रकाश डालें तो पाते हैं कि डॉक्टर ठाकुर ग्रेजुएटेड विद बीएससी ऑनर्स इन बॉटनी फ्रॉम एलन मिथिला यूनिवर्सिटी दरभंगा, followed by his master program in life sciences from the prestigious Jawaharlal Nehru University, New Delhi. More importantly, he did his PhD from the same organization, JNU, in environmental science, specializing in environmental sciences, especially microbiology, biotechnology, and toxicology. Dr. Thakur started his professional career in 1987 as research associate at School of Life Sciences, Jawaharlal Nehru University, New Delhi. Thereafter, he held several dignified positions in different premier institutions like visiting scientist at Swiss Federal Institute of Technology, Lausanne, Switzerland, then at University of Calgary, then at Pascal Institute, Clermont-Ferrand, France, visiting professor at IDEC, Hiroshima University, Japan. More importantly, he held the position of professor from 2006 to 2021 at School of Environmental Sciences, Jawaharlal Nehru University, New Delhi. And currently he is serving Amity University, Haryana as Director of Amity School of Earth and Environment Science. With more than 287 research articles in high impact journals, Dr. Thakur has been felicitated by several prestigious awards, recognitions, and honorific titles for his monumental contributions to environmental science. Thus, there are so many accolades and achievements to his name, and to know more about Professor Thakur, I shall take you straight to him and join me in welcoming the legendary world's 2% environmental scientist, Dr. Indushekhar Thakur. Namaskar, sir.
नमस्कार प्रोफेसर जहा।
First of all, on behalf of my entire Life Express team and on behalf of my intellectual viewers, I extend a very warm welcome and sincere gratitude to you for your gracious presence in Life Express. Sir, आपके रिच प्रोफाइल को देखने के बाद पता चलता है कि आप एक ग्रामीण पृष्ठभूमि से आते हैं, लेकिन अपनी लगन और कड़ी मेहनत के बदौलत स्विट्जरलैंड, फ्रांस, जर्मनी, अमेरिका जाकर आप शैक्षणिक सफलता की पराकाष्ठा पर चले जाते हैं। शिक्षा जगत में, खासकर एनवायरमेंट साइंस में अपना अहम योगदान देते हुए आपका नाम आज वर्ल्ड के टॉप 2% साइंटिस्ट में भी दर्ज है। तो आज की वार्ता को शुरू करते हुए सबसे पहले ना सिर्फ मैं बल्कि हमारे सभी इंटेलेक्चुअल व्यूअर्स वुड लाइक टू नो कि कैसे हुआ ये सब, क्या थे आपके लाइफ के ड्राइविंग फोर्स या प्रेरक शक्ति, और हो सके तो अपने एक दो अविस्मरणीय पल भी हमारे साथ साझा करें जो आज के युवा पीढ़ी के लिए प्रेरणादायी हो। जी
थैंक यू प्रोफेसर झा। नमस्कार। आपने सही बताया कि मेरा जन्म जो हुआ केथिनिया गांव में हुआ, और आपको आश्चर्य लगेगा कि मुझे 3 रुपए का एक अटैची बैग लेकर के मैं जेएनयू आया पढ़ने के लिए 1977 ईस्वी में। और उस बैग को भी मैंने परचेज किया नीलामी में दरभंगा रेलवे स्टेशन पर। और इट इज ग्रेटनेस टू जवाहरलाल नेहरू यूनिवर्सिटी, जहां पर कि जो ग्रामीण पृष्ठभूमि के भी लोग थे, बहुत कम पैसे में पढ़ाई लिखाई किया और इस तरह यहाँ तक पहुंचा। इसीलिए उस यूनिवर्सिटी का योगदान मेरे ऊपर में बहुत ज्यादा है। और वहाँ से पढ़ाई के बाद मैं जो जीवी पंत यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर एंड टेक्नोलॉजी में को ज्वाइन किया एज असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर पीएचडी के बाद। और उसी समय मैं चला गया जर्मनी, जीवीएफ गेसेल सेफ्ट बायोटेक्नोलॉजी फॉर फॉर्सूम्स उसी पीरियड में, जहाँ की मेरे कैरियर में जबरदस्त चेंजेस आया। और इन्वायरमेंटल बायोटेक्नोलॉजी में मैंने कुछ इस तरह का काम किया और उसको फिर इंडिया में आकर के जीबी पंत यूनिवर्सिटी से शुरू किया। और वहां पर से आकर के मैं फिर जेएनयू जो है 2004 में ज्वाइन किया और अपने काम को आगे बढ़ाया। और इन्वायरमेंटल साइंस में जो भी योगदान है उसकी बात हम लोग करेंगे, और आगे जो है हम लोग देखते हैं कि इसको जो है किस तरह के जो है। जी हाँ,
बहुत बहुत अच्छा, बहुत अच्छा। So my next question is somewhat closer to your area of specialization, that is environment. It is very unfortunate to say that the world today is facing numerous types of humanitarian crises. And among those crises, there is a crisis that we all are witnessing as environmental crisis. We find that environmental crisis is posing a serious threat to the existence of human in the 21st century. So we would like to hear from you the magnitude of environmental crisis and its major types, plus possible precautions, preventions, and solutions to environmental crisis, so that we could see more sustainable living and create more environment friendly planet using bioenergy. G, over to you.
Yeah. So what I told you that my real career changes started from GVF, Braunschweig, Germany. Actually, I joined that group as a immunologist because my PhD was in immunology. And the intention of that research group that I have to develop for the probes, in fact, monoclonal antibody probes, to detect the dioxin-like or dioxin-like compounds in the environment. You see, what happened after the Industrial Revolution, that everybody is aware that a lot of changes after the Industrial Revolution and a lot of contaminants, in fact, it came into the environment. Because of the Industrial Revolution, a lot of industries started and a lot of agriculture activities and several things has come up inside that one. And if you can see the period after that, the 18th century, late 18th century, and if you will go to the 19th century, you will find a lot of changes. Industries, factories started. 20th centuries also, it has a bad time, in fact, when a lot of toxicants like the heavy metals and contaminant toxicants emerged into the environment, including the dioxin-like compounds. Why the Germany was interested for the dioxin-like compounds, for pentachlorophenols and other contaminants. So that was the real problem and real challenges with the people, in fact, that how to solve these problems. You must have heard about the Raphael's book, in fact, this Raphael Carlson books in Silent Spring, where he explained that how the birds died because of DDT and other toxic compounds. And that was maybe the reason for why the United Nations Environmental Program came into the force, including human in 1972 United Nations Conference on Human Environment came into the force, and then after that we have the 1992, in fact, the United Nations Environment Development Program was initiated at Rio, and the Kyoto Protocol and other things has come up here. So that was the real problems, and not only the heavy metals created the problems in the 50s, in fact, that 1952 and 1912, in fact, they reported from various diseases and all these things, but a lot of toxic compounds also emerged into the environment. And after the World War II, that these emerging contaminants was so heavily contaminated the West European countries, in fact, and also because of the industrial problems, because of the setup that the pulp and paper industries, tannery, distilleries, and several industries, in fact, it came into our country also. That was the period when we had a lot of urbanization was going on, population growth was increasing. People were just thinking that how they can get the more things that you know about that one. So, and also including that one, that in Kyoto Protocol, in fact, the sustainable development, in fact, the intention was posed, in fact, that one. And later on, its sustainable development goal came into existence because of the climate problems and also the greenhouse gases, in fact, problems. And you know that carbon dioxide concentration has gone to 426 and 27, in fact, ppm level. So almost you can see when we have the industrial period where it was 279, it has gone to 426, and lot of problems, increase in temperature, and that too, in fact, in the United Nations Environmental Program in New York, in fact, in 2012, they have, in fact, they tried to, in fact, 2015, I mean, September 2015, in the New York, in fact, they, in fact, formulated the 17 SDG goals. In fact, Sustainability Development Goal came into existence, and they were thinking a Paris Agreement has come into force. So intention was that these type of things were there in environmental problems, slowly and slowly emerged in our society, in the whole world. In fact, climate problems is one of them that everybody is facing, and global temperature is increasing. We say sometimes that two different kinds of stressors. One is the abiotic stressors, where we have the abiological things are there, and biotic stressors. That may be climate problems may create some of this disease-like things. That is what the major problems has emerged in our society. Now, these are some of the problems, in fact, which was there in the environmental sciences. And simultaneously, that if you can say that in last 50 years, a lot of courses development was also there, and still the peoples are trying. You asked me about the energy problems. So the carbon dioxide is coming from the fossil fuels. Mostly 85% the fossil fuels are or petroleum products are responsible for the carbon dioxide emission in our society, in fact, because of the fossil fuels. So the question is that if it is like that, that is why the people are thinking to how to go for the clean energy, green energy, and all these things. Methane is another greenhouse gases, but the methane also contributing 24% of the methane is contributing for that one, and around 63%, 64% of the greenhouse gases is the carbon dioxide.
Right.
So all these problems are there.
Sorry to intervene, sir. You are giving beautiful description of these, types of problems. But now I think we should slightly switch over, the remedial measures, कि हम एक individual level पे, हम एक सोसाइटल लेवल पे, हम नेशन के लेवल पे, ग्लोबल लेवल पे क्या क्या इसके समाधान किस रूप में आप देखते हैं, थोड़ा उसको संक्षेप में थोड़ा आप बताते सर जी.
See, actually, this is very important questions that the remedial mechanism. See, what happened that when this environmental sciences came into the course curriculum, initially, the peoples, in fact, they framed the course structure of environmental sciences education, in fact. See, that is very important thing. It is because of this, one of the IPL, in fact, framed by the Mehtaji in Supreme Court, in fact. In our course curriculum, this environmental science course curriculum came into the force. But the problems also, in fact, initiated with the time period, with this one after 1991 onwards. And course curriculum it is introduced in 2003 and 2004, in fact, environmental sciences course curriculum, not for the undergraduate people. It is the Jawaharlal Nehru University who started the environmental science education in 1976. But what happened, the UGC, there was no proper course structure was there for the environmental sciences. So you can imagine that what happened, why there was a problems increased. See, what happened in when 1976, the course curriculum introduced the environmental sciences, UGC was not aware about this course curriculum structure. Now, what should be the structure it should be? Although there was a Ministry of Environmental Sciences that time came into the 1980, in fact, after the Tiwari committee. So these things was very important. Later on, slowly and slowly, they realized that then again, environmental sciences course came into the course. Then UGC closed this environmental sciences PG program. And after some time, this environmental sciences course curriculum came in GB Pant University, Jawaharlal Nehru University, again, in another after some time, and several other universities adopted. Now, this is related to the course curriculum. I told you that I went to GBF, Germany, as a Bat1 scientist there. I was served there as a Bat1 scientist, and my intention was to develop the dioxin degrading bacteria. See, superfunds, in fact, in US came in 1980, and that too was related to the pentachlorophenol, it was contaminated the Mississippi State University, and they developed the technology for that in order to contain the pentachlorophenolics. You must, yeah, it is biocide. It is biocide in layman terminology, and your stew, in fact, it is the pentachlorophenol they are people are using. Now the question was that if there is a biocide which is accumulated in the United States of America, they developed the super funds, but they try to develop the technology. So that means that academia means both, not only the teaching but research component came into the force. Super funds came into the force, and super funds, they could not solve the problems. Then they realized that this is so. Then they laws and legislation, public opinions, other things are come up. So this is not only the environmental science crisis or problems. In fact, what we are thinking, we are trying is not only governed or not only be contained or solved only by the academia, but it is also technology development. Of course, nowadays what is happening, I can tell you that in environmental sciences, so what happened in during these things, so environmental sciences course curriculum, they introduce not only the theoretical component, experimental components also came, but scientists, you can say the scientists like the environmental scientists, then engineering component also came. Nowadays what is happening, your social components are integrating people's. And I can tell you that in Jawaharlal Nehru University, there is a strong group of these social scientists. They were involved in the environmental problems. And this is what exactly is happening with the sustainability. They integrating the social concept. And nowadays, your circularity and sustainability concept, it is coming up, and now there is a tremendous market. See, the problems is at air, problems is at water, the pollution problem I'm talking. Problems are on the waste management side. You know this Narendra Modi's Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, right when he joined as the Prime Minister, started Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. So the waste management practices are important, where there is a lot of possibilities. It is not only the pollution is important. If you are degrading the pollutants, you are getting the products also. Only thing that you have to develop the technology. So now the concept is moving towards that side. Your circularity is what? Your circularity is only that if you can degrade the pollutants and you make the product. What I have observed, that there is a proper education system who can understand these things and who can do it. But still, I'm in my opinion, people have to do a lot of things in this direction. Then only it will come to the circularity and sustainability, and environmental problems will be solved. There is no doubt in that one. People can do anything. Yeah, okay.
Very nice. So the bottom line is it's time to degrade or minimize the pollutants. Well, so your explanation is prompting me to have one more, pertinent question as you are talking of curriculum. Well, sir, you as well as I, we are in university setup. So could you please suggest some courses on environment that could give, good career prospects to our students from job perspective? Because we don't know what does the future hold for us. So at least from job perspective, from the perspective of future readiness, what are the, plausible, opportunities, or what kind of courses are there in environment which one should look for? G.
See, I can tell you that if you can think in broader terminology, and if you are living in a society or anywhere, you will see that the environment, everything related to environment. Okay, so automatically you can say the possibilities are much more in the environmental sciences. But why not the peoples are realizing it? This is the question. See, as the job is concerned, so the possibilities of the job is one thing is very clear. In most of the universities nowadays, there is an environmental sciences course is there. So the teaching, in fact, learning, that is the undergraduate courses as per Supreme Court decisions. There you have to teach environmental sciences courses for the UG, otherwise UG students. Otherwise, they will not get the degree. That is there, one thing. Secondly, you have a lot of industries. Okay, and as per government decision, or so every industries, they have to appoint an environmental scientist in order to analysis of the pollutants, and also they can go for the remedial mechanism and also conversion of these pollutants into the products and marketing. So if there is a product, if there is a marketing, if there is a circularity and sustainability, there is a lot of possibilities of the job, but it is not coming up. Who will do it? Next is NGOs. There is a lot of NGOs are working in the whole country and abroad. Most of them are related to the environmental sciences problems they are working. There is a lot of possibilities of the startups. I can tell you that I developed the technology recently in 1.5 years work. I developed the technology for plastic valorization, polyethylene. And I presented the paper in one of the international conference in IIT Roorkee a couple of days earlier. And I have proved it that plastic can be valorized, can be converted into the product.
Mhm.
So this is what? This is the human can do it, or researcher can do it, scientist can do it. And before that also, I developed a lot of product, in fact, in Jawaharlal Nehru University, including your biodiesel and biomethane, several things. So these are some of the possibilities. And also there is a lot of possibilities of the job also. And one more thing that I want to tell you, that government already, in fact, set up a committee, and the committee recommended that there should be this Indian environmental services in India, like the Indian administrative services, but everything is closed. The government is not thinking now. So these are there are a lot of possibilities of the job also, but we have to change our mindset.
Correct, correct. बहुत अच्छा। और एक प्रश्न मेरे मन में और था, चूंकि यूनिवर्सिटी सेटअप में होने के नाते, जैसा आपको ज्ञात है कि हमारी न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी या नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी अब 5% आईकेएस बेस्ड सिलेबस पर जोर दे रही है कि आपके सिलेबस में 5% जो कंपोनेंट्स है वो आईकेएस से होनी चाहिए। सो माय क्वेश्चन हियर इज व्हाट काइंड ऑफ एफर्ट्स आर बीइंग मेड to integrate our ancient Indian knowledge system into modern environmental science? Ji, sir.
It's a good question. We are coming from such a background where our day-to-day life and everything is started from the traditional backgrounds, and it moves towards the contemporary things, and that is always it is there. Another thing is that if you can go to the IKS or Indian knowledge system, initial days, the whatever in fact we were thinking about the mind, body, and spirit, that completely Vedas, Upanishads, and everything is dependent upon that one. It was what they were telling. In fact, they were more focusing in a cognitive science about the mind. Okay, body to how to govern depending upon the cognition and other things, and your spirit, your karmas and other things, that is there. So with this, I can tell you that as an environmental scientist, in fact, you know that they were also more focusing on the environment, like they were also thinking about the air, water, and soil and other things and all this. Now the question is that there is a gap. In fact, there was a gap. So gap was that during the pre-colonial period there was a gap, and during the colonial period there was a gap was there. So this gap, how to broaden, how to minimize this gap, that is important, that is challenge. And I personally believe that this gap can be only be filled by this. Nowadays, whatever the contemporary technology the peoples has developed, we have to integrate it here. And then only this problem will be solved. So what I will say that in 5%, if you are thinking about the 5% course syllabi, then you have to integrate these things with that one. And then with this, whatever the contemporary technology is there, and that is possible. See, if you are talking about even the sustainability development goal, 17 sustainability development goal is there. This is what? This is related to the IKS somewhere you will find it. But mere thinking the theoretical things, it is not possible. You have to integrate the research point of view also. You have to solve the problems of that one. And that can be incorporated in the 5%. And if you are incorporating it, certainly it will be very useful. And IKS will be the more successful that in this way.
So nice of you. Very well said. And with that, we shall move to the last part of our इंटरेक्शन, चूंकि समय की थोड़ी मर्यादा है, इसलिए हम अब संक्षेप में आपसे आग्रह करेंगे, as we request all our guests at the end of the interaction to forward a message of peace and progress. Although you have already said a lot, but here we want a very brief message of peace and progress so that we could create a better world for a better tomorrow. Over to you, sir.
See, what we are living, and we are always talking in our university nowadays, the circularity, sustainability, and most of the department or schools are teaching all these things. So you have to go for the everlasting harmony among the peoples and whatever for the equitable social, economic, and environmental development. That I will suggest in order to achieve the sustainable development goal for the next generation, because sustainability means itself the next generation. And I will say that that is very important, and then only as you can achieve the peace, you can achieve the progress. So this is what exactly it is. So you have to go for equitable distribution of all these things. We are living in a Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam and all these things. So that we have to think about in this direction, and then only you can better sustain, or you can have a sustainable, you can achieve the sustainable development goal, whatever exactly it is. This is my things that I want to say.
Excellent. So बहुत ही इंसाइटफुल रिमार्क्स आपके आए सर, और मैं उम्मीद करता हूं कि आपकी सभी बातों से एनवायरनमेंट के जो पॉलिसी मेकर्स हैं, एनवायरमेंटल एक्टिविस्ट्स हैं, या जो भी स्टेक होल्डर्स हैं, वे जरूर आपकी बातों से, आपकी इस चर्चा से लाभान्वित होंगे. So sir, we are immensely grateful to you for your scholarly presence with us today. और शिक्षा जगत में आपके उत्कृष्ट और सराहनीय कार्यों के लिए लाइफ एक्सप्रेस की जूरी ने आपके लिए एक अवार्ड की घोषणा की है, और वो अवार्ड है लाइफ एक्सप्रेस आइकन ऑफ इंडिया अवार्ड. और आपके इस उपलब्धि पर मैं आपको अपने इंटेलेक्चुअल व्यूअर्स की ओर से ढेरों बधाई देता हूं. हार्टिएस्ट कांग्रेचुलेशंस. God willing, we shall meet again in some other academic forum. Thank you for connecting with us today, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Namaskar. Namaskar.
Namaskar.
LXP Icon of India Award is proudly presented to Dr. Indusekhar Thakur for his exemplary contributions to Indian and world academia on 19th December 2025.
आज के सत्र की समाप्ति मैं फिर एक आह्वान के साथ करूंगा, खासकर प्रोफेसर आई.एस. ठाकुर की बातचीत से निकले कुछ मुख्य अंश को लेकर. सबसे पहले उन्होंने अपनी ग्रामीण पृष्ठभूमि और जेएनयू में अपनी शिक्षा के बारे में बताया, जहां उन्होंने केवल 3 रुपये के अटैची बैग के साथ पढ़ाई की. उन्होंने जीबी पंत यूनिवर्सिटी और जर्मनी में अपने करियर के बदलावों पर प्रकाश डाला, जहां उन्होंने पर्यावरण जैव प्रौद्योगिकी में महत्वपूर्ण काम किया. पर्यावरण संकट पर चर्चा करते हुए प्रोफेसर ठाकुर ने औद्योगिक क्रांति के बाद पर्यावरण में डाइऑक्सिन जैसे प्रदूषकों के बढ़ने का उल्लेख किया. उन्होंने बताया कि कैसे भारी धातुएं और अन्य जहरीले यौगिकों ने पर्यावरण को दूषित किया, खासकर द्वितीय विश्व युद्ध के बाद. उन्होंने सतत विकास लक्ष्यों और जलवायु परिवर्तन के कारण बढ़ते कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड स्तरों पर भी बात की. रेमेडियल मेजर्स के अंतर्गत उन्होंने पर्यावरण विज्ञान शिक्षा के महत्व पर जोर दिया. उन्होंने बताया कि कैसे सुप्रीम कोर्ट के फैसले के बाद पर्यावरण विज्ञान पाठ्यक्रम को अनिवार्य किया गया. उन्होंने पर्यावरण विज्ञान में करियर की संभावनाओं पर चर्चा की, जिसमें शिक्षण, उद्योगों में काम, गैर सरकारी संगठन, एनजीओ और स्टार्टअप शामिल हैं. उन्होंने प्लास्टिक के वैलोराइजेशन पर अपनी तकनीक का उदाहरण भी दिया. भारतीय ज्ञान प्रणाली आईकेएस को आधुनिक पर्यावरण विज्ञान में शामिल करने के बारे में प्रोफेसर ठाकुर ने कहा कि वेदों और उपनिषदों में मन, शरीर और आत्मा के बारे में जो बातें कही गई हैं वे पर्यावरण से संबंधित हैं. उन्होंने इस अंतर को कम करने के लिए समकालीन प्रौद्योगिकी को एकीकृत करने की आवश्यकता पर बल दिया। शांति और प्रगति के संदेश के रूप में उन्होंने लोगों के बीच स्थायी सद्भाव और न्याय संगत सामाजिक, आर्थिक और पर्यावरणीय विकास पर जोर दिया ताकि अगली पीढ़ी के लिए सतत विकास लक्ष्यों को प्राप्त किया जा सके। विद दोज deliberations ऑफ डॉक्टर I.S. ठाकुर वी क्लोज दिस एपिसोड और मिलते हैं अगले एपिसोड में समाज के एक और रोल मॉडल के साथ। टिल देन एंजॉय योर टाइम मीनिंगफुली और हाँ, अपना और अपनों का भी ख्याल रखें। जय हिंद।